Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election that was held in Nigeria on February 25, 2023, and the result controversially announced on March 1st, 2023. And that result was challenged at the Presidential Election Petition Court that delivered its verdict on September 6, 2023. The petitioners, not satisfied, headed to the Supreme Court, where, as you all are aware, hearing is going to begin on Monday, October 23rd. Now, as the hearing is about to start, effort is being made in the United States to hasten the release of the documents on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu that are domiciled in the archives of Federal Bureau of Investigation, the Central Intelligence Agency of America, the IRS, Internal Revenue Service of America, Department of Drug Administration, and others, following the filing of a Freedom of Information Act permission for that information to be made public. Now, you know that Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the president of Nigeria, had also filed a motion to stop this information from being released by the FBI and others. However, in an effort to stop anything that will cause further delay in the release of these documents, and in response to the hastened court hearing that the Supreme Court has just recently announced, the man behind that quest for the FBI, the CIA, the Internal Revenue Service, and Department of Drug Administration, and others in the United States to release their dossier or whatever documents they have on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, to release it. That man has gone to court again, has filed a motion again to hasten the release of the documents. What happened is this. Greenspan, the American that was responsible for the FBI to agree to release Tinubu's documents in their dossier or in their files, has again asked the courts to hasten the release of the documents, because the Supreme Court of Nigeria is beginning hearing on the matter on the 23rd of October. So he has filed a motion, a fresh motion to hasten it. You know, remember, the FBI had agreed that it will start releasing these documents by the end of October. And you know, October is ending on the 31st. Meanwhile, the Supreme Court of Nigeria is rushing for accelerated hearing of the petition against Bola Ahmed Tinubu by Atiku Abubakar of the PDP and Peter Obi of the Labour Party. So this concerned American want the documents to be released as fast as possible, possibly on Monday, the October 23rd, so that it will coincide with the beginning of the hearing, so that Nigerians will get a feel of what is contained on all those documents. Because he is feeling that if further delay, if they wait until 31st of December to start releasing these documents, he may not do justice to the case that's being filed against Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Nigeria. So that's what we're going to look at. We're going to look at this Greenspan. This is filing for the hastening of the release of the documents that the FBI, the CIA, the State Department, and the Internal Revenue Service, as well as the State Department of the United States, what they have on Tinubu, that they should release. Already you know that FBI alone said that they have 2,500 pages of documents on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which they promised to be releasing 5,000 pages a month. 5,000 pages, 500 pages a month, sorry, 500 pages a month. Busy. Ordinarily, it may take them up to 5 months to finish releasing everything else they have. So, the meat of the story is that Aaron Greenspan, sorry, I'm mixing it up. You know, there's Alan Greenspan, who was Secretary of Treasury for United States in the past. He was like their central bank governor. His name keep on ringing in my head, Alan Greenspan. But this is Aaron Greenspan. Aaron Greenspan, the American anti-corruption crusader that was responsible for the Bureau of Investigation, Central Intelligence Agency, Department of Drug Administration and Control in America, and State Department and Internal Revenue Services. This principal was responsible for these organizations, their decision to release their documents on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This man is responsible for it. And these documents, he believed that it will have more than 10,000 pages, because if FBI alone have 2,500 pages, all of these other ones, the whole thing in general may contain up to 10,000 pages or more. He was the one that filed a motion at the United States District Court. He has filed a motion at the United States District Court for the District of Columbia, asking these agencies to hasten the release of Tinubu's record. So Aaron Greenspan has just filed a motion to the United States District Court in Columbia, asking the FBI, the Central Intelligence Agency, Department of Drug Administration, Internal Revenue Service, and Department of States to hasten the release of documents that they have on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, as I said earlier, you recall that the FBI alone said that they have 2,500 pages on Bola Ahmed Tinubu, which they promised to start releasing by the end of October. And we still have a week to the end of October. And the hearing at the Supreme Court of Nigeria is beginning on Monday, September 23rd. Now, I also remember that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu had filed a motion through his lawyer in the United States, Christopher Carmichael, to stop the release. Apparently, having failed to in that regard, because having failed to stop the FBI, the Supreme Court of Nigeria is rushing to hear the petition filed by Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, so that eventually the release of the document will not impact the outcome, or will not impact the Supreme Court. The release of the document will not impact the ruling of the Supreme Court. In fact, that is what Aaron Greenspan is alleging in the motion he's filed. I'm not the one that is saying this. He is saying that there's a rush to proceed with the matter at the Supreme Court in Nigeria, sort of to blindside the release of these documents by the CIA, the FBI, and all the rest. We are going to hear in details the content of his motion. so that we would understand what is really on board. Now, the Supreme Court is beginning hearing the matter that Atiku Abubakar has brought before it, especially the submission of new evidence. Because Atiku Abubakar, went to the court in United States, District of Illinois, to be able to prove that the Chicago State University certificate that Bola Ahmed Tinubu submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission, that it was forged. So he had gotten the evidence he's looking for, and he has filed it to the Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court is now ready to begin judgment or hearing on the new evidence that Atiku brought, whether they will accept it or not, and the whole matter of the case or the petition against the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now, to ensure that the release of the documents is hastened up by the FBI, okay? Greenspan has filed a motion at the United States District Court for the District of Columbia against the executive officer for United States attorneys. The title of the filing, titled Plaintiff's Emergency Motion for Hearing. Plaintiff's emergency motion for hearing to compel immediate document production. To compel immediate document production. So he is filing this motion to compel the CIA, the FBI, the State Department, the IRS to begin immediate document production, which they promised to do by the end of October, but they want them to start it from Monday, September 23, when the Supreme Court will begin hearing on the matter concerning the petition against the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Now the filing reads, now let us listen to the content of the filing so that you understand where Greenspan is coming from. The filing reads, this lawsuit concerns a number of Freedom of Information Act, FOIA requests about Bola Ahmed Tinubu, who is recognized by many as the current president of Nigeria. Mr. Tinubu had a role in the early 1990s, laundering money for a heroin ring in Chicago. The FOIA requests at issue in the case largely involve documents that more fully describe his role in that criminal enterprise. Mr. Tinubu's 2023 election to the Nigerian presidency is hotly contested. According to the New York Times, a judicial tribunal in Nigeria confirmed on Wednesday, September 6, 2023, the results of a contested February presidential election that kept Africa's most populous country on edge amid allegations of vote irregularities and tainted the first months in power for the declared winner, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. See, Nigerian court rejects challenges to contested presidential election by Ellen Petler, September 6, 2023. While the same New York Times article also reported that the plaintiffs have 60 days to file an appeal to Nigeria's Supreme Court. In the past 24 hours, now this is where it gets interesting. He said, in the past, now he's referencing the announcement by the Supreme Court that they are going to start sitting on the matter in Nigeria on Monday, October 23rd. Now he continuing his filing. He said, in the past 24 hours, the timeline of events appear to have accelerated dramatically in Nigeria. The Nigerian Supreme Court now plans to begin hearing arguments regarding the circumstances of Mr. Tinubu's election on Monday, October 23, 2023. The sudden advance in timing appears intended to front-run. You see what I was telling you earlier on, that they are assuming that they was trying to take blindside the release of the Supreme Court, trying to blindside the release of the documents by FBI. He said the sudden advance in timing appears intended to front-run the release of responsive Freedom of Information Act documents from the defendants in this action, and especially the Federal Bureau of Investigation. These documents will likely be directly relevant to the foreign proceedings in Nigeria. Through defendants' counsel, plaintiff made defendants aware of the foreign proceeding in Nigeria in September 2023. Defendants acknowledged the unique circumstances in this case and affirmed that documents will be produced as they became available. No documents have been produced thus far. Attached to this motion as Exhibit A is a document that purports to be a shadowing order relevant to this matter issued by the Supreme Court of Nigeria. Pursuant to Local Civil Rule 7M, plaintiff attempted to discuss this matter by email and phone with Attorney Littman, but he responded that he is on leave today. In the light of the above, plaintiff requests a remote Zoom or similar hearing at the court's earliest convenience, and ideally on Monday, October 23, 2023, to discuss even the most remote possibility of documents being produced before the October 31st, 2023, chosen by defendants for themselves. Respectfully submitted by Aaron Greenspan, 956 Carolina Street, San Francisco, California. This deposition or this motion was filed on October 20th, 2023. So you can see that the American that was responsible for requesting the Freedom of Information Act, for requesting for the enforcement of Freedom of Information Act in America, so that Tinubu's record will be released for the public, especially for the court to take note of in Nigeria. You can see that he has appealed to the court in a new motion to compel FBI, the CIA, the Department of State, the Internal Revenue Service, and the Drug Administration to hasten the release. He acknowledged that yes, these organizations have in their own decided to start releasing these documents on the 31st of December of October. Okay, but he said, look at the latest development in Nigeria. The latest development in Nigeria shows that there is a rush, and that rush is an effort to front run the release of the documents by the FBI. So you mean that it was alleging that the Nigerian Supreme Court, it appears that there is effort for them to start the process on the petition against Bola Ahmed Tinubu so that they can finish dealing with it at the end of the day, making irrelevant the documents on Bola Ahmed Tinubu that the FBI, the CIA, and all these other organizations will release. In other words, what he's saying is this. He's telling the court, compel these people to start releasing these documents. And he said he has made effort to talk to them and that he wanted them, whatever may be the case, let them, or whatever they have. He noted that they have not yet brought any documents, yes. They have not produced any document. But he said that whatever they have, let them start releasing it by Monday, October 23rd, so that it will coincide with the Supreme Court's proceeding in Nigeria. This is basically what Aaron Greenspan is doing. Aaron Greenspan is showing serious interest in Nigeria, and a whole lot of people are commending him for because Aaron Greenspan actually he's an anti-corruption fighter. That's a website that he used to fight against corruption worldwide. It's not that he's particular about Nigeria, but anywhere where there are issues of integrity, corruption, and all that, he's always putting himself forward to see that the right thing was done. And that was exactly what he did in the case of Nigerian president. He believed there is a whole lot of things that need to be done, need to be heard about Tinubu, so that whatever decision the Supreme Court of Nigeria will take, at least they will not claim that they are not aware that such information existed. I think basically that's what is about. And he has made his position very clear, and he has compelled the FBI and all these organizations to release these documents. They gave a date that they will start by the end of October, but already by the end of October is going to be a bit late because by then the Supreme Court in Nigeria had already started sitting. The Supreme Court of Nigeria is starting sitting on 23rd of October. So Aaron Greenspan is pleading. It's an emergency pleading he is making. He's pleading. This is an emergency hearing. He's telling them, look, we have something on our hands. Nigerian court has just announced an arrangement to start sitting on the petition against the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And if we continue to wait until the end of the month, it will not help the Nigerian people. It will not help the matter because this issue need to be heard, need to be seen. Even myself, I don't know how to be useful to the Supreme Court of Nigeria, but it is important that it is out there. That's what he's saying, and that's what a lot of people are saying, that at least so that the Supreme Court in Nigeria will not say they are not aware of more information, because it is believed that these organizations like the FBI is one of the topmost security organizations in the world, if not the topmost. And for it to have up to 2,500 documents on the president of Nigeria, it is interesting that Nigerian people and Nigerian courts let them be aware of what is contained. And already, because it is believed that these documents will give clarity on the identity, on the name that Tinubu used in entering United States when he first did, and everything else that he did over there. Everything will be literally made available for Nigerians and indeed to the whole world, because all these organizations, they will have a whole lot of things to reveal to Nigerians and to the world. And Aaron Greenspan believed that this information will be helpful to the judiciary in Nigeria. And a whole lot of people will pray so. They will pray that that is the case. Now, this Supreme Court sudden announcement of the hearing has been looked into by legal analysts. In fact, one of the legal analysts that I've seen said that the way the Supreme Court is rushing this now, this analyst said that this will be the first time in the history of Nigeria Supreme Court that the apex court will attempt to hear and decide an appeal within 2 weeks after filing of briefs and arguments from parties. So this person is saying, how is it that the Supreme Court want to do all this within 2 weeks? He's alleging that this is the first time it's happening. And then the question is, why the rush? It is that rush that Aaron Greenspan is worried about. That is why he has filed an emergency motion to compel the FBI to start releasing the documents that they have beginning from Monday, when the court hearing will start in Abuja on the petition against the election of Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president of Nigeria. My friends, that's the latest on the FBI plan to release documents that they have on Bola Ahmed Tinubu by the end of October. So a whole lot of things are happening very fast. That is it. So we have to keep our fingers crossed. If there's any other new development, we're aware of it, we bring it up in this channel, and we share it for the benefit of all Nigerians and all the friends of Nigeria. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel, you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And please don't forget to like this video, because when you like it, Google will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.